2.
2.
1.
1. Hey, I'm Alex from Board Game...
No, that's not.
Nope.
Not
Ready?
working for you?
3, 2.
Try again.
Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co.
Hi, I'm Rena.
And this is going to be take 2. Not a full take 2. We didn't actually get that far, unfortunately.
Okay.
But on the off chance we do have to cut and like have a hard cut and continue, it's because we have a child that decided to wake up at 11:20 at night and may or may not actually stay down this time. So we'll see how that goes. But with all that said, this is going to be the usual what we backed in July or what I backed and what may or may not be added to the list.
It's only July.
In June. That's the words I was looking for.
Yeah.
And basically, short version of this is, these are all the Kickstarters that I was, or Kickstarters and or Game Pounds, that I was interested in, that I was intrigued by, that I wanted to back. And in many cases, I try not to. And we'll see just how many I actually succeeded at this time.
We don't have a shelf meter ready.
We don't have a self-control meter. That's something that's been asked for. We will try to get it. If anyone knows anything about Movavi editing and how to get something I'm looking into, it's just always a question of time and attention with everything else. And so with that, we're going to start us off in alphabetical order as usual, just going straight on through this list, starting off with Adele, a space horror board game. This is going to
Yes, it sounds right up my alley.
Well, it's not necessarily about your alley. It's you can add what you want, but these are going to be
claustrophobic game.
This is going to be 4 players acting as crew members trying to survive. It's a 1 versus many game where one player plays as the rogue AI of the ship, trying to take out the 4 other players on the journey. Does it sound more interesting now?
No.
No?
No.
The idea of like a rogue AI, like 1 versus many as a game system is already intriguing. Rise of Moloch is 1 versus many. We just play it 1 versus 1.
It's not a horror game.
You don't want to play as a rogue AI in a ship trying to like open airlocks to suck people out?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, I do. I totally do.
Of course you do. I was going to say that you clearly backed this game. It's
no,
so your type.
I absolutely didn't back this game.
You didn't?
No, I was really intrigued by this game. I really wanted to back this game. The theme, the story, everything about it, I was very intrigued by. But the price point and the lack of any content creation around it, I just wasn't certain enough about it.
Fine.
Tempted, but self-control meter. I'm trying to be better with this. We'll see. I did back fewer this month than I did last month.
I don't remember how many you backed last month.
Neither do I, but this month's fewer. This month is less than that number, whatever that number was. Last month was not good.
It's this similar. There you go.
It's the greater than less than. Good job. Okay, moving on. We have Adventure Tactics, Adventures, and Alchemy.
Yes, of course you did.
I'm getting really good at the self-control meter. I didn't back this one.
No?
Nope. So here's the problem.
You like this game.
I like this game a lot. I do. Absolutely like it a lot. But there's a problem. The problem is that this is a game that I'm primarily playing with the kids.
Right.
Working with the kids.
I thought they liked this game.
They do like this game.
So?
And this game is going to add 2 things. It's going to add more content, more exploration paths, more upgrades to Adventure Tactics, and then miniatures for all the stuff.
So I'm still not seeing a problem.
The problem is, because I'm playing with the kids, and because their attention span is on the lower side, and because I'm less likely to pull this out with the game group. I would say in the game group category, by the way, for the record, like I said already, it's 11:30 at night, so the yawning's not because I'm uninteresting. I am uninteresting, but that's
very interesting.
But so Adventure Tactics, for myself, I would play Adventure Tactics with adults, but in the genre of what it's doing, I prefer Chronicles of Ravnica. Both of them would give you lots of fun upgrade paths, but Chronicles of Ravnica, I prefer the gameplay itself. So in terms of what I'd play with my game group, it would be Chronicles, and in terms of what I'd play with the kids, it would be Adventure Tactics. Again, it's not a kids-only game by any means, but I would be playing it with the kids. I don't see them, unless and until I'm confident that they're really going through the content, I'm hesitant to dump down more money on it's more content. It's great.
How cute it is.
It's adorable. It's adorable. This was probably the hardest one, but I can't I backed too many games. We know that. We all know that.
I'm not going to do very well this month because I clearly just think you just...
Well, no. You have to think through, and this goes back to a series I have called Unfair and Unbalanced, the Patreon exclusive series where I basically try to convince people reasons not to back games, and I really try to go through all the reasons not to back the games. And the problem is, it has been successful at getting me to not back games. It has been because I'm trying to give you reasons, and my reason here was I want the additional if I could just separate just the additional upgrade paths for the characters, that I would take.
Didn't I play this game with you?
I don't think so.
No?
You and I looked at it in a video where we were talking about beautiful games and all that.
Oh.
So you have seen the stuff. But if it's just the upgrade pass, I would take that. But the more content I don't need. It's going to be a while before we go through the rest. Okay. And the miniatures, it's great, but are we playing it? I'm not confident that the kids are going to be asking to play this a lot. We'll see. That's Adventure Tactics. I really wanted to back it, to be very clear. And if you are backing this, if this is a game that I was playing more, I absolutely would have backed it. I'm just not playing it a lot. Which brings us to Buru. You know anything about this game?
You like it? It's
well,
very
actually,
pretty.
ironically, it's on the shelf behind me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like I've seen it and it's sideways, and
it is sideways.
Why would you? Okay.
Why would I not? I put boxes on backwards, left, right, and center. Buru is going to be a Euro game with a hidden bidding mechanism. You're going to have a central area where each player is going to take their various tokens, numbered 1 through 5, and placing their advisors in different areas to take the larger advisors take the actions first. But you're placing them first face down, so people don't necessarily know. So you're like, I really want to take that action first because I got better cards, but you don't know how high to bid because other players are placing it face down.
You backed it?
Yeah, it was that close, but I did actually back it. So 1 for 3 so far. I did back Buru. It was very close, and this is one that I shouldn't have backed. To be very clear, I probably should not have. Buru was an expensive game. It's a very deluxe-fied game, but it was on the expensive side. But it's very pretty. It is very pretty, and well, that's not why I backed it. If I was backing based on pretty, the other two I would have backed too. But I enjoy the gameplay, and it's more likely to get to the table. I'm not confident how it does long term.
You have to stop the scrolling up and down.
Yeah, up and down, up and down. So I enjoyed the gameplay of this one. The gameplay was a lighter Euro. It's the kind of thing that I could table with the game. I could table with you as well. I could table with it has a lot of range in terms of who I can play it with. And it did feel somewhat unique. A little reminiscent of Aladdin's Dragons, which is a game I played a long time ago. I really enjoy the mechanisms. I probably shouldn't have backed it in terms of price point towards price point I could have put towards 2 full other games. But It's
pretty.
It's pretty. It has game trace inserts. It has all the kinds of deluxifications. So it's pre-deluxe. I don't know if it's game trace, actually. I think it's game trace. But it has inserts. As all the deluxifications included, I did go for Buru. Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Next up, we have Castle Panic Deluxe Edition.
If you didn't back it, there's going to be a child who's going to be very sad.
What child?
Don't we have Castle Panic?
No.
We don't have Castle Panic?
Nope.
We sure we don't have Castle
Absolutely
Panic?
sure. We've never played Castle Panic in this house.
Castles of Callendale.
Okay, we have a million castle games. Castle of Burgundy and Caledon. And we used to have Tuscany. We got rid of Tuscany.
We did get rid of Tuscany. So never mind. Why do I know the name of this game then?
I don't know. Castle Panic's going to be a little tower defense game. It's not a game we ever played ourselves. It's not a game we ever got for the kids. It's not a game... It is going to be on the lighter side in terms of the accessibility. It's very much family-focused, similar to...
I think I know this game. Oh, maybe the nephews have it.
The nephews have it.
The nephews have
it.
Okay, fine. So, fine. I have seen it before. Okay, cool.
I don't think I've ever played with them, but they do have it. This is basically the deluxe version, giving all the expansions and all miniatures again. They're just miniaturizing everything up.
Should get a coin and just start flipping it.
Toss a coin to your witch. The witch is going to be in this video. Last game we talked about.
Oh, geez. Don't know. You back that one.
Maybe. Who knows?
So hard for me to decide.
You've been pretty wrong so far.
Yeah, that's true. You backed it.
No. Did you see the price tag on this thing? You didn't see the price tag. I didn't show it to you.
Scrolling.
We can go through the price tag. Let's go through the price tag. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. And there we go.
Oh, that's expensive.
That's expensive. This is basically giving you miniatures and wooden tokens and all this stuff for an absolute ton of content for this game. And we've never played the game.
True.
I was tempted by it, otherwise I wouldn't be on this list, but we've never played the game.
Fine.
I think it would be great for the children, but $350 great for the children? Maybe, by the way, who knows? The amount of Playmobil and Lego we have is not cool. But, I mean, it is cool. Depends on who you are.
Yes.
But yeah,
Playmobil.
Castle Panic is a game that I would like to try out with the children at some point, and at that point, I'll be like, ooh, hunt down the all-in, deluxeified, blah-blah-blah edition, because I'm that kind of person. But until we do, and the nice part about this over Adventure Tactics is a campaign game, so it's harder to table. This one would potentially be easier to table if they like the gameplay. But again, I need to play it first before I drop $350 just to get the deluxe edition of the game.
So you didn't get it?
No, not at all. Next up, we have Chai Tea for Two, a tea board game duel. What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm assuming you backed it because we have the first chai and we really liked the first chai and Ricky really liked the chai. So
you guys liked the first chai. I was not a fan of the first chai. It's a good game. It's just much lighter than I'm looking for.
You still backed it.
I did back this one, yes.
There you go.
But because this is much, much heavier, this has nothing to do with Chai. This is a 2-player version of Chai. Ooh. Totally different mechanics. Totally different everything. I had a prototype of this one. We got to play this one. I didn't play it with you, actually. I played it with a few other of our friends, but not with you. Yeah. Okay. But this is gonna be a 2-player version of Chai.
Which one did you play?
This one.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be a 2-player version of Chai. Yeah. And it's giving you much heavier gameplay, still based around the idea of making tea. Although this one, you're less serving tea to customers in shops, and you're more managing the production chain of tea. So you're building up tea, you're building on your farms or whatever, and then advancing it so you can ship it off, meanwhile building your tableau. It was a much heavier game, and to that end, I preferred it. But yeah, I went and backed this, and I also backed all the... Sorry for the scrolling. I also backed the... Where are they? Where are they?
Not on this computer.
Yeah, let me go ahead and scroll down a little. There we go. Here we go. Nope. Right there, second. All these trays.
Oh.
Yeah, they're over there.
I was gonna say, I feel like I just saw those.
Yep, they're over there. There's a whole stack of
Okay,
giant trays. These are, I use these for a bunch of games now. They're a lot of fun. Anyways, moving on. That's Chai Tea for 2.
Excellent.
Moving on, we have Fall of the Mountain King.
You did back this one.
Yes, I did back this one. This is Fall of the Mountain King. Fall of the Mountain King is one of the games I gave a 5 out of 5 to this year. There's still not that many, I know.
No, there's In the Hall of the Mountain King.
In the Hall of the Mountain King you played. Yes.
I have not played Fall of the Mountain
Correct. Fall of the Mountain King is the sequel, but only a like thematic sequel.
Is that the one where I had to make all the rose thingy-mabobs with all the different colors?
No.
No. It's different
Fall of the Mountain King is the one where you're putting your polyominoes down in the caverns, and then you're putting statues. You're like digging up statues, and then you have to move the statues to specific spots in the caverns.
Making the lands of all the different colors.
Okay, you and I need to talk. Sure. Yes, that one. That one.
I have like
I'll just do a hard cut. I'll start from your question. I'll go straight to yes, that one. I'll cut out everything in between. Yes.
Is that the one with the cards? And wait, you had dwarves.
It has cascading cards in your Trolls movie. Yes.
Yes.
The one with the cards. Yes. Fall of the Mountain King. And that's in the Hall of the Mountain King. Fall of the Mountain... You heard a noise.
I also heard a noise.
Probably a raccoon or something. Who
hope
knows?
It's a raccoon.
Hope it's a raccoon. It's either that or a child. Fall of the Mountain King.
Hold it to sleep.
Yeah, hopefully it's asleep. We'll see. If they slowly trendle? If they slowly tot... What's the word I'm thinking of?
Toddle?
No, if they slowly...
Walk?
I can't think of the word. There's a word like when you... I don't know what the word is. Either way. But the point is, Fall of the Mountain King is going to be an area control game, bringing you the thematic sequel to In the Hall of the Mountain King. And I'm still trying to think of the word, whatever it is. So, yeah, it's going to be a game that I really enjoyed this one. We have a gameplay up. I did a gameplay with Jesse and Shira, but before that I reviewed it as well. This was an absolutely delightful game to play. It's area control. It's primary area control. A little less dudes on the map, more focus on the area control, but it's got powers and abilities. It has area control. It has a very interesting... This system they have is called... I don't know if here we go. They have this system over here where you're overlaying cards. You know those games where you have to lay a card over something and you never do, but you have to lay it over something?
Yes.
Like that's basically it. You have these 4x4 grids of cards that you're trying to build out your action chain, but you always have to cover something, and you don't want to cover something, but you want to get the new stuff.
Yeah, we play lots of games like that.
I know, this one had that built in as their action mechanism.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't really do area control, although I don't know how many area control games you've played.
I've played a few area control. Domain, I want to say.
Domain is area control. That is a good game. Yeah, it's gone now. Anyways, moving on.
Why?
Because we played it for one thing at a time. Yes, I back Fall of the Mountain King. Next up, we have... Give me a second.
No.
A second. Keystone North America. Yes, Keystone North America is delightful.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, we play this one.
This is very pretty.
It is.
Oh, look how cute it is.
Oh, it's adorable.
Yes.
It's adorable. Not why we backed it, but it does help. But Keystone North America is going to be giving you a puzzly system similar to Canvas. It really reminded me of Canvas both in the ways you gather cards. You have to like pay extra tokens to get cards further down the row, as well as the fact that you're trying to manage like multiple puzzly sequences all at once. The actual puzzle it gave you was very different and took multiple plays to wrap my head around it, to the point that we were still making mistakes. We were like, okay, great, time for game 3, and then jumping in and be like, wait, no, we still haven't got this. Still need to remember how to do this. But it's very puzzly, very, very fun to go through. It gives you your personal goal cards, which I still want to play this again because I've never once gotten like a good chunk of points out of my personal goal card.
Nope.
I keep doing all the other stuff instead. I do well.
I just don't.
There's so much to do in this game. But yeah, that's going to be Keystone North America. This is going to be by Rose Gauntlet Entertainment, a first-time company on Kickstarter, all that stuff by Isaac Vega, I want to say, the designer of Dead of Winter. But that's going to be Keystone North America, and yes, we apparently back this one. Or yes, right away off the bat. Moving on, we have Lockup Breakout, the expansion to Lockup, a game that I do own, but haven't played. Lockup Breakout's going to be giving you more content for this game. It's going to also have an aspect...
Have you ever seen this game?
It's...
On a shelf.
It's on a shelf somewhere over
there.
there.
It's in the Hall of the Mountain.
I can't see it from here. It's somewhere there. Either way, Lockup is going to be... it's going to be designed by Stan Kudonsky, who designed Endless Winter, who designed Valeria, Shadows of Valeria, who designed a bunch of other games that we've played. Rurik. Yeah, it's one... We haven't actually played this one. We have played Role Player, which is in the same universe. That might be why the artwork looks familiar. This is going to be a different game, same universe, different designer. Ooh, these arts. Ooh, it looks so pretty.
Very pretty.
Now I kind of want to get this.
Going to say.
Yeah.
Ha! I was going to say no. Ha! Ha! Ha!
Yeah, this one follows my rule of as interested as I was in this game. I tried to get this one to the table before the Kickstarter ended so that I can see whether I needed more content for it. Yeah. But overall, this was one that I didn't get to the table. And I try, I'm not perfect at it, but I'm pretty good at it. I try not to back Kickstarters for games that I haven't even played yet. It's bad enough that I haven't played one game. I don't need to get the expansion for the game that I still haven't played. But yeah, I stuck to my rule.
Okay.
Self-control meter. Yeah, that's going to be Lockup, Breakout. Next up, we have Maximum Apocalypse Wasted Wilds. This is going to be by Rock Manor Games, who have done Merchants of Magic.
Oh!
Yes, exactly. Totally different games. Absolutely different games. Merchants of Magic is a delightful little...
They do not look
They're totally different. They're just the same company. That's about it. But this is going to be also who designed The Few and the Cursed. Remember The Few and the Cursed? It's going to be a cowboy game, exploration. You draw 2 cards to your hand. You pick a card to
deck build. Is that the one where you went all the way through, then I just went and got all the thingies in one?
Terrible description, but yes, that is the one. That is the one. You just got the thingies in one. Yes, the artifacts in the corners of the map. Yeah, that was me.
You just went all over killing things, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna go get the sword.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, not the Few and the Curse. The Maximum Apocalypse Wasted whatever is going to be the newest iteration of the Maximum Apocalypse series, which is giving you a lot of just exploration and leveling up and RPG. I've never played any of the other ones, but this is standalone, so it doesn't follow the expansion rule.
You didn't get it.
I did not get it. Yeah, as interested as I was in this one, same as a bunch of these, I have to pick and choose where my time and attention is going, and money, and all those things, and it's as tempted as I was by this. Something about this rule doesn't pull me in as much as some of the other games that I'm currently playing, and so, yeah, calling me tempted, but self-control meter lasted through this one.
Good for you.
Yes. Moving on, we have Mechanical Beast. Mechanical Beast by Side Room Games. What?
Looks cute. Looks very similar to Century Spice Road.
I hear that. That is an interesting Century Golem edition, probably.
Yeah,
this is interesting. This is going to be a little puzzly game where the Mechanical Beast is this robot that civilization has created to help save society, and it's gone crazy, and you're basically engineers inside this robot, and you're like rotating cards and trying to get to the inner workings, turn it off, and then escape before it blows up and stuff like that. It's all about a puzzly little game where you're going to be activating cards to rotate sections of the board. Let's see if we can show you like a section of, here. So if you move around and you activate a section of things, and then all these tiles rotate, so it's a little bit of a puzzle wrapped in a movement-based action thingy-majiggy game.
So cute.
Yes.
No,
self-control meter remains strong to this one. I really came close. A lot of these I came close on. The good news is it looks much better for me if I only back like 7 or 8 instead of if I back like 14 of the 20. 14 of 20 would not be good. I was very interested in this one. Again, let's go back to the series.
Very cute.
It looks very cute. And it's a game that has been, I think, well vetted in terms of the print and play community or testing or whatnot. Done a lot of play testing of the game. So I'm fairly confident. This whole thing over here, I was not confident about how easy it would be to actually rotate cards as easy as they make it look in the graphics. That might be a bit of a mess to actually try doing that in the actual table. That said, the game looks cool. I like puzzles. If people are still talking about this, I'll be paying attention. One of the reasons I did not back it is the difference in price point in Side Rooms games between their Kickstarter and not. It's minimal. I might pay a few bucks more, but if I can hold strong to my self-control for right now, then it might be worth it down the road.
Cool.
Ready for the next one?
I am.
Next one. Moving on. We have Mosaic, A Story of Civilization. This is going to be...
think you did.
This is going to be by Forbidden Games. Why do you think I backed this one?
I don't know. You did.
Yes.
Okay.
But why do you think I backed this one?
I feel like I heard you talking about it.
A lot. I like this game.
Okay, fine. Yeah. That would be why.
Yes. So I'm always curious because I know some of the games I cover, I know that I talked about, and others I'm not. Like Fall of Mountain King, we talked about a bunch. Other games to come later in this Kickstarter, we talked about a bunch.
Just get all through osmosis.
All osmosis. Yeah, this is going to be one. This is going to be Mosaic.
Not all of it, clearly, but some of it.
No, you someone picked up this one. Because I don't remember ever talking to you about Mosaic.
Don't recall.
I don't know why I even talked to you about Fall of Mountain King. The Witcher I was just talking about a lot. I wanted to play that one with you. I know that.
We were talking about Fall of Mountain King for like 2 weeks straight.
Yeah, whatever. But Mosaic is going to be a game that is by Forbidden Games, and this is one Forbidden Games. Have you played any Forbidden Games? I don't think you have. You probably should. I think you'd enjoy Lizard Wizard or Raccoon Tycoon. Yeah, they make those games. They also make Mosaic. But anyways, so Mosaic is going to be a Civ game that is tableau building. It's not really a Civ game. It's an abstracted Civ game, but it's really more tableau building than anything else. I enjoy tableau building. What actually sparked my interest in this game initially is a lot of people comparing it to Terraforming Mars, and I had a chance to play it online because basically I reached out to them right when the Kickstarter started and had a chance to play with them online. Really enjoyed it. Asked for a prototype, spent my way. Got more plays in, covered it. It is a lot of fun. This is the game. This is Terraforming Mars like to me. That's what it is. It's a game that is shorter than Terraforming Mars. It'll give me a decent amount of the feeling and experience. Very different game. The area control aspect of the game is very abstracted. I know a lot of people are bothered by the fact that you can just like build a city anywhere. There's no degree of like...
Did you play this like last week?
Did I play this last week? No, I had to send this one on. Not had to. I sent this one on.
Oh.
Why last week?
I don't know. I just recall you playing it recently.
I mean, I did play this one, but it's got to be at least 2 weeks since my last play. I'd have to think through.
I don't know. Time is very fluid right now.
Time,
Summer.
Wibbly wobbly, timey-wimey.
Summer.
Yeah, I did play this one, and this is, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Really, overall, enjoy this one, and looking forward to the final copy and all that. Then, next up, we have My Singing Monsters.
Yes.
No.
Ricky's gonna be sad child.
No, Ricky rated this. So I rated this one a 2 out of 5. Ricky rated a 3 out of 5. I think this is a good game. I think this is a game with a target audience, and I think it teaches a lot of game mechanics as you level up throughout the 5 islands. It's going to be a game based on the app, and it does level up the players with the game, together with the game. The problem is, for myself, I don't need that leveling up experience, and even using the 5th level altogether, I had a few too many issues with the game. It didn't feel as cohesive as an experience, partially because the game is disjointed in order to give you modules one at a time, but the end result didn't feel as cohesive as I would like. So for me, it's one that I would play if Ricky asked me to, but I wouldn't request it, and I'd rather not play it. Ricky rated it a 3 out of 5. She was interested in it. She didn't love it. She enjoyed it, but if she asked me to get it, I'd get it, but I didn't back this one.
That's fair.
Moving on, we have Paperback Adventures.
Yes.
Yeah, this one I straight up told you I was getting. Paperback Adventures by Tim Fowers. This is going to be the newest version. This is a game I think you'll really enjoy it. Yes, I think you'll enjoy it a lot.
Word game.
Yeah, it's a word game. And it has solo. It does have more. It has 2-player now included, so we can play it together as well.
Excellent.
This is going to be taking the mechanics of paperback and hardback that I enjoyed. The problem is, no offense to yourself, it's not really about you, it's about anyone I play it, is I really don't like playing word games with 2 people. Because then you have the situation where, like, you can always, and I'm part of the problem too, by the way. It's not like you specifically. It's, you play a word and you get your, 17 points, okay?
Yes, I do.
And then the problem is, then I sit there and stare at my hand for, 4.5 hours trying to come up with a better word, because there's always a better word if you can just think long enough and hard enough. And I find that applies to a lot of players. Players always spend way too much time in word games trying to think of that better word. The amount of AP and game delay, as opposed to just making the most efficient move as quickly as possible, I find it doesn't work well in word games, which is one of the reasons paperback and hardback eventually moved on from our collection. The fact that this is a solo game made me much more interested. And then they also further double down the idea of it, where you literally have an adventure and you have decks of cards and you have abilities, so it combines abilities with wordplay as you do damage to the monsters across multiple rounds, and then take the various tokens that will damage to yourself. There's a whole bunch of back and forth. Had the opportunity to play this one online, really enjoyed it, and I am, absolutely all in on this one.
I'm very excited. It's very pretty.
Yeah. And I will play a 2-player with you, despite all my complaints.
Thank you.
Because I like you.
Aww.
Moving on, we have Path of Light and Shadow Solstice, an expansion to Path of Light and Shadow, a game that I did play.
That doesn't mean anything.
I know I know, but I'm getting that question out of the way.
Going to say no.
No, I didn't back this one. I played Path of Light and Shadow, but I played it a long time ago, and I don't currently own it. The expansion had me debating, do I want to... And this is always a problem with Kickstarter. Whenever something new comes out, I'm interested. It makes me interested in it again. And so Light and Shadow, or Solstice, is the one that made me consider, because I like Path of Light and Shadow. I really enjoyed the gameplay out of it. It was a long time, more gameplays of it that I played. It's probably 3 years ago I last had this game, but we felt the game ran a little long and gave you a little too much in terms of branching pathways, that it kind of slowed down the game. But I really enjoyed the actual system. It's just there were accessibility issues that took away from the experience a bit. Solstice, I don't actually know all that much what it actually ended up adding. I was really tempted, looking for an opportunity to dive back in, but in the end, going back to just holding strong and self-control meter, I decided not to back it despite the new content and new pretty stuff and new cars and all those things. Moving on, we have Robot Quest Arena. Do you know anything about this game?
You know what? It has robots.
That's true. It's a deck-building arena combat game. It's going to be on the lighter side, but it's basically giving you an arena. Let's see if we can scroll down somewhere. You basically have an arena, and you have just sets of cards that will be deck build, so you can build your robot and collide across the arena and start smashing people in the face with, because the arena over here, you can see it's slightly in the background.
Say no.
I did not back this one. It is on the lighter side, like I said already, and it's on the lighter side to the extent that it was fun. I played this with Jesse with Quackalope, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good game, but it's on the lighter side, and I think, or at least what I experienced. I didn't play with all the modules. I didn't play with the expansions. The expansions do have me intrigued as to whether they add to the experience, but at the end of the day, I wasn't willing to dive in on this one. I have a lot of games, and I'm always trying to find reasons to back fewer games. It's one that I potentially could see myself diving in down the road. I generally like deck building a lot, and I mean, just a second ago, well, it was deck building. Paperback Adventures has some deck building, but either way, yeah, deck building I really enjoy as a mechanic. This one is just it's because of the light nature of the game. I did not end up backing this one, at least for now. Moving on, we have Ruthless, Tall Tales. Speaking of deck building, Ruthless Tall Tales is going to be a pirate-based game with deck building. The Tall Tales is giving you the expansion to Ruthless, giving you more modules to this game. This is a game that I did not play the expansion originally. I actually had the opportunity to play this one, though. I played the base and the expansion at the same time, basically. I played half a game. Actually, you and I played half a game of this.
I was going to say, this looks very familiar.
Yeah, you and I played half a game of this. This is Pirates and Set Collection, and wasn't
there a different version we played a long time ago?
No.
Or am I thinking of a different game?
Different game. This is one we set up over there. We got half a game in, and we weren't. No, I don't think it was an issue. We weren't
sleeping.
I think we just weren't getting enough done. And then I reread the rules, and I was like, oh, you activate a pirate when you buy it as well. Like, I thought you just activate them when they entered your deck, but you activated pirates when you buy them, which basically doubles the amount of activations and keeps that engine moving a lot faster. So we rinsed, we reset, and then I never really played it with you after.
You did back this one.
I did back this one. I love this game. This game was a lot of fun. So I had that half a play with you. And I was not enthusiastic.
I remember.
You were less enthusiastic. Once I figured out that I did it wrong, I was like, oh, I can see where the promise of this game comes in. And then once I jumped back in, I jumped back in straight with the expansion. So I only ever had half a play of the base game alone, jumped in straight with the expansion. I actually played this with Devin. No, I didn't play with Devin. I played it with someone else from our game group. But yeah, so overall, I sent it to Devin after. But the expansion, and actually Cracklub has a write-up of this game as well, because he had the same experience I did. He had the base game, although he actually played the base game properly. He played the base game, was like, that's nice, and then played the expansion, and it just adds modules and fun stuff, and more ways to do things in this game. I really enjoy this, a lot of fun. If you do pick it up with the expansion, because I think it's a much better experience, and that's ultimately what this was for.
Cool.
Ready for the next one?
I am.
Soundbox Kickstarter Edition. This is going to be by Horrible Guild, who have done a whole bunch of games, including Railroad Inc., including Tiny Turbo Cars, including Dungeon Fighter.
What do you have to do?
Oh, Soundbox? Soundbox is a game where you're going to be basically making noises. You're going to have a cooperative party game where you put on the blindfold, and then there's going to be a whole row of sounds on the table. So you don't know everything, but you know that there's going to be, a train, and a car, and an airport, and a swimming pool, and you have all these sound cards on the table. You have 10 cards to start off the game, and then 3 of us will sit there around you and start making noises with the blindfold on.
Dear God, please tell me you did not back this.
I did not back this one. So this reaction right here is one of the reasons that I had to cover it so late in the Kickstarter. Because I got the game as a prototype, and I had a hard time tabling it with 4 people. Because 4 is really the minimum number you want to play it. You could play with 3, but you're going to want 4 ideally. And the problem is, it was so hard to table this one because between you and Shira and people who do not like audio stuff, my usual group of people that I would play a 4-player game with just melted in seconds. And so it took me a while to actually get coverage on. Towards the end of the Kickstarter, I did get a few plays in and managed to cover it. So with our rest of our game group, but I don't actually name, just for context, I don't name people from my game group who haven't been on camera, which is why I say rest of the game group. Okay, but with Ricky, I can say her, Ricky and the rest of the game group. So I got a few plays, and either way. So this is one that. Happy for you. Well, I liked it. I actually liked it.
I know you would like this. Is very much your style game. It is very much not mine.
Did I back it?
No.
No. The reason I didn't back it is because, again...
We'll never ever see the table. Ever.
It's one that I really enjoyed, but you have to be prepared for... You have to be playing with people who are comfortable with audio overload. It literally... And some of the cards are particularly frustrating. I remember one round, there was literally I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was swimming pool and, spring or something like that. You want to make the noises for that?
No.
How do you even do that? Because you can't say things.
Marco Polo.
Can't say Marco Polo. It's a word. Why not?
It's a word. It's swimming.
It's a word.
Have you been to a pool?
You can't say words.
It's what you have when it's swimming.
But it's not a word game. You can't say words.
Yeah, but it's what you find when it's in a pool. It's a pool game.
You're not allowed to say Marco Polo.
Why not?
Because they're words. There's no words. It's all sound effects.
Okay.
It's not code
when
names.
You're swimming, you hear Marco Polo being yelled in the
background. It's not a sound effect. You can't say that. But anyways, this is one that, again, it's fun, it's enjoyable, but it is one that you have to be comfortable with audio overload, and the chance of this sitting at the table with my group of people and you was very, very slim, so I did not back this one in the end. This thing. Yeah. Moving on, we have the Isle of Cats, Don't Forget the Kittens.
You didn't back it.
Good job. Why not?
Because you got rid of the first one.
I know, but I was so tempted by this, because this gave you new stuff.
But you don't have the first one.
You can get the first one too in part of the Kickstarter.
I
didn't get it though, but
I liked this game.
I liked it too. I didn't love it. I liked it, but this one added beasts. First of all, added beasts that like to be next to various families.
Dragons! What is wrong with you? Why didn't you back it?
And now you're up to where I am.
So why didn't you back it?
Self-control meter. It adds little event modules that different events will happen in the game. It adds variable boats. See the variable boats? You have different That's fireworks, because July 4th, yay people. You can be different boats.
It's 11:54, it's almost July 4th, still July 3rd.
Yeah, so we have various boats and stuff like that, so just in case you want to mix up the experience.
Still not hearing
you have a kitten module, which I don't think I talked about, but kittens are first person to the island gets kittens. It has a giant wooden insert to get stuff.
I'm still not hearing the reason of why not.
Self-control meter. I got rid of this game. We got rid of this game. I got rid of this game, not we. I got rid of this game.
You got rid of this game. I wanted it.
Yeah, this is going to be Isle of Cats, Don't Forget the Kittens, which I did not back, unfortunately. I sent it back.
Is it still open?
Maybe. Do you know how much the all-in would cost us? It's around $200.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we'll have a conversation. Anyways, moving on. We have the Keeyp, a roguelite board game.
Oh, it looks so cute.
It does look adorable. The Keeyp is going to be a little roguelite board game where you're running around through a little card-generated dungeon and doing your various quests. It all fits in a single deck of cards, and that's basically the game.
I'm totally back it.
Absolutely not.
Oh, really? It's so cute. It's tiny.
I mean, again, absolutely not is probably harsh, because otherwise I wouldn't be here to begin with, but
yeah.
I was sent to buy this game, but ultimately the price point for a small deck of cards, I wasn't sold that this was doing anything special enough to be worth the price point. It's like $30 for like a single deck of cards, which is, it might be a good game. It might be a great game. And if, again, same rule as always, if people talk about it, it might change the story.
Cool.
But for right now, I was interested in the game, but it couldn't justify the price point without knowing or feeling whether it's a better game.
You didn't get that many games this month.
I did not.
It was very few.
Yeah. Well, we got one more. We got one more. I told you. The Witcher Old World.
Oh, I'm just not sure.
Yes or no?
Duh. Of course you backed this one.
No, I didn't back. Of course I backed it. The Witcher Old World. I mean, yes, The Witcher Old World is a delightful game. A game that I already really loved it as is, and the Kickstarter content, because I had the prototype of this, I had the chance to play it, and the Kickstarter content that they added only basically literally addressed most of my complaints about the game. Most not complaints, complaints, yes, complaints and concerns about the longevity of the game, but the lack of the monsters being variable, about potentially the cards not having enough variety. All the things that I had concerns with in this game, the expansion content, basically, the Kickstarter content addressed those, and then gave me tons more stuff. I probably shouldn't have gone all in, because I don't think I'll need all the modules and stuff.
You never know.
Well, never know is a relative term, but I mean, I want the legendary hunt, but I didn't really care for the extra map sideboard. I didn't really care about the mages so much, but overall, the game itself, I mean, I'm interested in them. I just, from a stance of having self-control and being financially whatever, it's a different conversation. But overall, I really enjoyed this game. I'm looking forward to introducing you to it. I think you'll like it a lot, despite story cards and all that. But story cards have choices. Did I tell you about choices?
No. You
have a choice. You got at the end of your turn, you draw a card in the city encounter, and it's like, oh, you wander into a bar, and the bartender says, "We don't serve your kind here."
Great, I'll leave. Bye.
Do you leave, bye, or do you rough them up? They have different outcomes depending on what you do. What do you want to do?
I don't like stories.
I know. What do you do? What do you do?
I don't
do you
like
rough
choices.
Them up? Do you leave, rough them up?
I leave.
Okay, cool. Well, then it has a consequence.
Dislike choices.
We'll find out. I think you will like this game.
I don't think so.
I think she will like this game.
No.
We'll find out.
Yes.
Yes. That has been the full list of all the things. What tempted you this month? Nothing really?
Yeah.
Nothing really?
Cool. Like, the Isle of Cats was cute, but...
Is it $200 cute? That's the question.
$200 cute?
Because for us to jump back in, we'd have to get... Not have to, but we'd want to get the base game, obviously. You'd want to get the expansions, the Kickstarter content. You also could get stuff for retail, missing stuff. Part of my reluctance to back was also that the price wasn't the best compared to retail.
It's like when I'm looking at different faucets right now.
Yeah. So anyway, just nothing interests you.
No.
Cool. Well, that's more money saved. So this has been a light month. This has been a Kickstarter to back or not to back. A light month, a light-ish. I probably backed, I'll have to double check what I backed and not backed, but I think something around 7 or maybe 6 of these. Not a ton. Potentially more than I should have, but many of these. I mean, there were three of my 5 out of 5s were here. The Witcher, Fall of the Mountain King, and Mosaic were all 5 out of 5s for me from the games that I really enjoyed this year, which seems like there's a lot, but they're really just mostly in all this month. This year. I have a total of 7 games I've given a 5 out of 5 this year too. Nice. And then from those 7, 5 were in the month of, or 4 of them were in the month of April, something like that, which did not bode well, or May, the month of May, did not look good for me. In any case, this has been To Back or Not to Back. Fortunately, we had no crying, interrupting children. Indeed. I am Alex Radcliffe from Board Game & Co.
I'm Rena.
And until next time,
have a good one.